Welcome to the November 24th, 2015 meeting of Pequannock Township Council. Ms. Marsh?
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends newspaper, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
The clerk will please call the roll.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mr. Phelan?
Here.
Mr. Vanderhoff?
Here.
Mayor Weinerfield?
Here. The next item on the agenda is presentations. Chief Spring.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the governing body for having us here tonight. I'd like to call up Sergeant Robert Brown, Patrolman Ken Hunt, Patrolman Jack Lyon, Patrolman Kevin Ricciardi, Patrolman Christopher Nelson, Dispatcher Jerome McMahon. I have two incidents I'd like to share with you. I think the first one, the best way I can share it with you is to recite the letter that Sergeant Brown wrote involving an incident that occurred on October 22nd. He worded it perfectly, and I really couldn't add much more to it. I am writing this letter in recognition of the selfless efforts of certain members of the Pequannock Police Department. Patrolman Kenneth Hunt, Patrolman Jack Lyon, Patrolman Kevin Ricciardi, Patrolman Christopher Nelson, and Dispatcher Jerome McMahon were all involved with the unfortunate event on October 22nd, 2015, involving the victim of a motor vehicle crash. I'm going to leave the victim's name out of it. During this tragic and senseless event, which began in Pequannock Township and ended shortly after in Wayne Township, all parties mentioned above acted with swiftness, intelligence, selflessness, courage, bravery, heroism, and disregard for their own lives in a valiant attempt to save the life of the victim. As this tragedy quickly unfolded over the course of approximately 10 to 12 agonizing minutes, the officers did everything possible and used every resource possible in an attempt to free the victim from the inside of his vehicle. Even as the outcome appeared imminent, the efforts of the officers were persistent, sincere, and never ceased. Although he later succumbed to his injuries, the victim was alive when he was extricated from his vehicle, which is, at the very least, a tribute to the efforts of the officers involved. The residents of the community, as well as the Pequannock Police Department, should all be proud and feel safe knowing that these fine officers are protecting and serving for them. It is my opinion that these gentlemen should all be recognized for their undeniably heroic efforts. Sincerely, Sergeant Robert Brown. Four officers, the four patrol officers on this shift will receive the Medal of Honor Award. And congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. throughout this whole event, I didn't get there till probably 40 minutes after the end of the event. Just listening to the back and forth on the radio between Sergeant Brown and his shift, and Sergeant Brown and dispatch, and then return, and a lot of transmissions that I heard through that the dispatcher, Jerry McMahon, gave out. I felt it was suitable that Sergeant Brown be awarded a Valor Award. Jared, if you'd like to step up. As I said, throughout the whole event, Dispatcher McMahon was, as he always is, very professional. He did a fantastic job in keeping everybody, knowing where everybody was, and keeping everybody up to date. Presented to Jerome McMahon, Senior Dispatcher, for your professional and prompt handling of telecommunicator responsibilities involving a serious motor vehicle crash on October 22nd, 2015. Our dispatchers, most of the time, don't get the recognition they deserve. We couldn't do what we do without their efforts, and I know at times they feel they're unrecognized, but we really do appreciate it. Congratulations, Jerry. Thank you, sir. Good job. Thank you. Okay, the second incident. On Sunday, October 25th at around 12:15 p.m., while off duty and with his family, Officer Kenneth Hunt was traveling south on the Garden State Parkway. In the area around East Orange, he observed New Jersey State Trooper Luis Salgado out of his patrol vehicle and wrestling on the ground between the right lane and the shoulder of the southbound roadway with a male suspect. Officer Hunt immediately parked his personal vehicle on the shoulder ahead of the trooper and exited and ran back toward Trooper Salgado. As he approached, Officer Hunt identified himself and assisted the trooper in restraining the subject, who was subsequently handcuffed after backup troopers and officers from the East Orange Police arrived on the scene. It was later learned that the suspect was a suicidal individual who was attempting to harm himself by running into the moving traffic on the parkway. Officer Hunt's immediate response to what he observed probably saved the trooper and the suspect from possible injury. I am proud to award Officer Hunt with the Honorable Service Award. Congratulations. I thought it also fitting along those lines. We received a letter from Major Eric Heitman, the Troop D commander for the New Jersey State Police. Dear Chief Spring, I would like to bring to your attention the recent commendable actions of Officer Kenneth Hunt. On November 25th, 2015, Trooper Luis Salgado from the New Jersey State Police Bloomfield Station observed a pedestrian on the Garden State Parkway, south milepost 146.5 in the right lane. Trooper Salgado escorted the subject to the right shoulder where he became irate and combative. The subject pulled and pushed in a combative manner in an attempt to run back into the traffic. Trooper Salgado tried to subdue the suspect on the shoulder of the Garden State Parkway. Fortunately, off-duty police officer Kenneth Hunt from your police department stopped on the scene and assisted in subduing and handcuffing the subject. Officer Hunt's intervention and unselfish actions ensured the safety of a suicidal pedestrian as well as Trooper Salgado. It should be a source of great pride to you to know that the efforts of Officer Hunt are recognized and appreciated. Please convey my personal thanks to Officer Kenneth Hunt and be assured of our willingness to be of service whenever possible. But that was worth repeating. Just one more thing I'd like to say. It's a little difficult to get these guys up here. And we did this a few months back and it wasn't received well. However, I feel that these both these acts were commendable, and I feel that the public really needs to see what these officers do, not only in these two incidents, but day in and day out. They really are out there, and they really do work hard, and I appreciate them, and I just want everybody to know that we're out there, and that's it. Thank you.
And gentlemen, before you leave, I'd like to say on behalf of the Township Council and on behalf of the residents of Pequannock, we appreciate everything that you do and your fellow officers and the whole, squad, the whole team, because you are unsung heroes. You do many things all the time, day in and day out, and I want you to know that we recognize it, we appreciate it, and we like hearing these stories because we know they happen every day. Thank you. You're going to have a photo Nobody's left.
We're still in contact. Wait for us. They had they removed all inspections, and they didn't have to wait for us in the house. So I don't know if they're going to cut the house anyway.
Congratulations.
Holiday.
Okay, what's next?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you. Cheese. At this time, are there reports or comments from any volunteers serving our community?
You got anything, Louise?
You got anything, Louise? You're a volunteer tonight.
Hi, Louise Marchese of 16 Roland Road, recording secretary for EDC. We met on November the 18th, and at that time we further discussed the survey which had been sent out via email to residents, businesses, and landlords. This survey was initially put together by Lisa Data from Crestwood Consultants. We are waiting results. They've been coming in, and in an effort to reach additional people, we have decided to also include it in our newsletter. Someone had mentioned a campaign that's going on presently in West Milford. We're going to be looking into that. It's something similar to our property rewards program, so we want to see what they're doing because we heard that it's very successful. Also wanted to mention, and we've put this on Facebook, we want to get the word out that this Saturday is Small Business Saturday, and we're hoping that everyone will shop local rather than going to those very, very crowded malls. And Councilwoman Melissa had made a suggestion at the meeting that possibly instead of having a large meeting with the landlords, we bring them in small groups at a time, and that might be a better way to go about it. And I think that's about it. Oh, and we had a grand opening on November the 10th for Optimum Orthopedics. It's located at 566 Route 23 North. Very handsome looking place. It takes up actually 2 stores. It's a physical therapy rehab, if anyone should have the need. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. No one else? Okay. The next item on the agenda is public comments. The public comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. An additional period of public comment is reserved later in the meeting. Individuals are requested to limit their questions and comments to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized. Come to the microphone, provide your name and address for the record.
Mary Ann Better, 775 Newer Pumpton Turnpike. I'd like to address a question that was asked at the last town meeting as to why we keep coming here for about the pipeline. There's a bumper sticker that says, what I think says it and sums it up very nicely: think globally and act locally. So the state does not always protect the towns as it should, and also the state may not do anything if they don't hear noise from the people within the towns. New information has been available. Permits have been filed 3 months ago in New York that were kept quiet. Time is running out and the pipeline will be here. For New York, they want to start clearing at the land by this coming April 6th. Pilgrim plans on filing their permits with New Jersey by the end of this year, just to let you know if you don't know yet. And I did go to that thing last Saturday, and it was good. The guy was very interesting. And
The edible plant.
yeah, I even bought one of the books.
Thank you. Anyone else? Come on up.
Good evening, Judith Deek, 280 Sunset Road. I'm only going to ask this question because I get home too late to call the health department. They're gone by the time I get home. The new garbage thing that just started for recycling, do I understand correctly we put everything out, our commingled recyclables, on Monday? I had mine out on Monday by 6 a.m. Nobody picked them up. I had them out today. Nobody picked them up. So
on Mondays, except for this Monday.
Oh, okay.
Because of it's a new contractor that we're working with, Morris County Municipal Utilities Authority, and they contract with other towns. They were already committed because of the short week. They already had adjusted their schedule. Okay. We did work out with them that they came on Saturday, and that was published.
This past Saturday?
This past Saturday.
Okay.
That was published in the brochure that we sent around to everyone.
Okay.
Was
it a big brochure?
There were a lot of people who put it out yesterday.
Okay.
It'll be collected next Monday.
So going forth, it'll be every Monday.
Yes.
All right.
Except there are.
Well, except the dates that were listed, yes, like New Year's and.
So you may want to go back and take out that brochure and kind of mark your calendar, because there are 2 or 3 dates over the course of the next year that are going to deviate from the Monday.
Okay. Thank you.
When you walk in downstairs, there's a green flyer on the clerk's, has all the dates.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we're good. There are no public hearings scheduled for this evening, so we'll go right on. There's no ordinances. Resolutions. Next agenda item is resolutions. Ms. March.
Beginning with Resolution 2015-194, authorizing tax office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations. 195, authorizing release of designated escrow deposits, and 196, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the November 23rd, 2015 bill list.
Thank you. Are there any comments on the resolutions from council? No? Nothing down there? Is there a motion to adopt these resolutions?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2015-194 through 2015-196.
I'll second. Roll call?
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Phelan?
Yes.
Mr. Vanderhoff?
Yes.
Mayor Winterfield?
Yes. There are no items for discussion tonight, so next on the agenda is reports and notices. Are there any comments from council? No?
Plan board, just Morris Pike basically cleaning up the yard.
Nothing.
Nothing today, just,
And that's on Monday.
Okay. Manager's report?
Okay.
not this one.
Despite our effort to communicate the change in the recycling schedule for this week, through every public information system that we have, the message was not received by the majority of our residents.
So you're not alone.
So going forward, we'll have to look at perhaps some other methods of communication. Gosh, it sure would be nice to have some message boards. Our FMA grant application for home elevations has been accepted for further review, which is FEMA speak for approved. I wish to express my thanks to everyone involved in the application process, particularly Joe Golden, Bob Grant, Ray Metzger, Paul and Allison from Tetra Tech. Thanks to council for your support for the process. I know we waited an extra year, but I think the result was worth the time. The 2016 budget process is moving along. We received pension bills last week. The total increase in pension costs is $79,000 for the two systems over 2015. A proposed budget calendar is on the back of my report, if we take a look at those dates. You can see if you have any conflict. It follows the same format that we've used in the past couple of years. And we'll get the work sessions advertised either end of December or early January, as long as that works. I said it jokingly to Rich earlier. In reviewing our water usage, it was a hot, dry summer. A lot of water was used, which means we use more Newark water, but we also sell more water to the customers. We are going to have to do an emergency appropriation for the purchase of Newark water. We'll do that at the next meeting, but there is income coming in to offset that. We just have to adjust our budget to recognize the fact that we had a very high usage here.
And Dave blamed it on me.
You said you were watering your lawn.
Like crazy.
Like crazy.
Like crazy. The next item on the agenda is council reports. Councilman Cole?
I don't have anything to report.
Okay. Councilwoman Florence Lynch?
All right, couple things. I thought it appropriate just to give you a quick update on the Municipal Alliance and Township Coalition. The Pequannock Township Coalition, together with the Municipal Alliance, they've been meeting pretty much monthly. And the whole goal and mission is to educate the community, the children, the parents, on the effects of alcohol and drug abuse. The group has reached out to the community and has now have added representatives from the community, from various organizations such as the Women's Club, the Boys and Girls Club, the local churches, home and school organizations, fire department, EMS. So they have a really nice, cohesive group of people. And they're always looking for people in the community that want to get involved in the coalition efforts. There is a 5-minute survey that the coalition put out to the community. I believe it's been distributed via email, and I looked on the website. I didn't see it on there. I'd like to try to get it on the Pequannock website as well. They're doing it through the schools. It's more just for awareness of the coalition and a couple of basic questions on your thoughts on the community. So we hope people will complete that. They also are distributing to the community. There are drug test kits available to parents through the police department. So if you want more information on that, you can contact the police desk. And the last point I wanted to make is that we want to remind residents that there is a prescription drug drug take-back program in town. The drop box is located in the lobby by the police station, and you can drop off your unused prescription drug medicine there. And the next coalition meeting is December 9th at 4:30 at the high school media room. And like I said, the community members are welcome. Okay, that's it on that. Economic development, EDC, Louise gave us an update. I'll just expand a little bit on the survey. I do have an update of the survey, at least number-wise, as far as who has responded. This survey, this is an update as of November 18th. We currently have, as of November 18th, 227 shoppers had filled out the survey, but only 16 businesses and 0 business building owners. So we're trying to get landlords and business owners to also fill it out. So we're using some different means to distribute that, as Louise had explained. And we did a little bit more, we're doing more reach out on that. So we will get some summary on that. I don't know if you want to hear about the tax rebate program, if you want numbers. I'm still trying to get a presentation put forth in front of council so they can really see how the tax reward program has evolved over the years. But so far, savings since May in our new fiscal year is $17,000. Sales were $204,000. The savings since the program inception was $74,000. Registered merchants are pretty much hanging at the same number at about, it's 26 as of the 18th of November. Let's see, sales since the program inception, since the beginning, total sales was $841,000. And the last comment is that the registered homeowners in the program were 1,700. So that was over 40% of families. And that is the highest of all the townships that I understand from other people in the program. They're usually at about 30%. So we were at 40. So it's really more about getting the card usage up and getting more merchants on board. Okay? Trying to think if there's anything else. I just wanted to also make a mention, and actually Dave alluded to it before. The EDC had talked about wanting to bring up talking about the message boards again in town. You know, we've had this discussion before. I think it is a good opportunity for us to maybe revisit our sign ordinance, talk about allowing these message boards. You know, we can, you know, I just wanted to get everybody's feel on that. I believe the high school, I know Holy Spirit Church has been reaching out. They're trying to do a change. The high school has asked for it. So I thought, you know, it might be a good opportunity to put it on a future agenda, and just want to get everybody's feel. Anybody have a comment on that? You don't want to get into that right now.
It was never planning board's intention to put it in the C1 district.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain institutional
Right.
locations may be a possibility, but as far as
Yeah.
C1,
Oh yeah, no, I kind of agree, and it's something we, like, you know, maybe if we do it on a scale where it's just, you know, schools or the municipal building, you know, things like that. I'm not talking about the business district or anything like that.
well, I mean, the highway district's already approved.
Right, right. But anyway, I don't know. No thoughts on it?
I have an issue.
Okay.
I've always had an issue with this. So if you want to discuss it, we'll put it on the agenda to talk. We're not going to talk about it tonight.
No, no, but it's something maybe we can get on a future meeting agenda.
What do you think, 2018?
Also want to remind people, that's okay, I just wanted to bring it up, we can talk about it, you know, if we want to put it on a future agenda. Committee applications, don't forget, are due the end of the month for any committees in town, because we'll be doing the placements in January. And last but not least, and sorry for the long report, but if you haven't heard already, the Suburban Women's Club is holding their holiday house tour, which they do every year. This is their 28th, and it's Sunday, December 6th from 12 to 4. You can pick up tickets at Fireside Furniture in Pompton Plains or at the library for $20. So it's a nice day out.
Melissa, if anybody needs to borrow any of the Christmas trees, plural, that I have,
I'm going to.
I'm
Yes,
willing
Rich's
to
house.
give them to them.
They should just
Yeah,
move around.
Rich's house was on tour last year.
Yeah,
That's it, thank you.
thank you. Councilman Phelan?
You also saw my email about December 14th at the First Aid Squad?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, Councilman Vanderhoff?
Dave, do we have any money left in Clean Communities for 2015?
No? Why? What do you mean?
No, I didn't want to go
Yes.
getting Boy Scouts going for Mountainside to
Oh,
trail
yeah,
clean.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
we do, okay.
Sure.
I will work on that. That's
a
it.
nice flag hanging out
Thank
there,
you.
the Tree City flag.
Well, based on what Melissa said, just to segue off a little bit, Dave, you and I had discussion about possibly setting up a date for a workshop for the redevelopment,
Yes.
and maybe we could tangle in there the signs at the same time as a subtopic. Not that I really want to drag that down. I know.
What would you prefer? Would you like council to put together, send me a couple dates, or do you want me to send out a couple further dates?
Why don't you send out the dates?
Yeah, why don't you do it originally, yeah.
Does anyone have an issue with trying to do it on a Thursday? I would like Jill to be here.
Okay, that's a good idea.
She's not available on Tuesdays.
Thursday's good.
Thursday's fine.
That's fine.
That's
Very
fine.
good. We'll do it.
Yeah, just throw out.
What's that?
The thing's on the weekend.
Great.
Don't get them all messed up.
Confused.
24th, maybe?
Something like
And if I dare mention about the pipeline, three of us attended the seminar down at the League, and I found it very informative, and I found it very well balanced. It was given, by the League, Municipal League environmental attorney, and also a gentleman, I don't have his name with me, from the New Jersey Conservation something or other. And basically what I got from it, and Melissa and maybe and Jay, you'll say a little bit, but based on my notes, one suggestion they did say that something that the planning board may want to take on is adding a utility element to our master plan. And also I believe our master plan will be coming due for an update next year. So maybe that's a good idea for them just to bounce around, if that is a good idea or not, to do that.
Is that to block?
No. So to have a utilities, all our utilities, and to document it as part of the master plan, and where they are, and have maps, and
Oh,
where you're
that where our utilities are. Oh, okay.
Amend the master.
To show where they are. Yeah,
To show where they are,
Yeah, that's a
and-
smart thing to do.
That's something that they suggest, and that way, then if there's anything you want to put in there about how things should go, could go, that'd be a place to kind of document it.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Right. And since ours is coming up, it's just the year that it's coming up next year, so it's probably a good idea for the
Does the
planning.
council have to adopt the master plan?
No. Plenty of
Just the planning board does?
Yeah. But lots of people get involved in that. Right?
Yeah, to do a full
Review.
update
Right.
involves
And I
everybody.
think it's required, like every 6 years or something like that.
Or we can do a review.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, a
the
review.
timing requirements have changed, and you don't have to do a full-blown
Right, just an
master plan
update.
every
Yeah.
5 years, 6 years.
Something like
It's
that.
10. No, now it's 10.
Was it?
Yeah,
It used to be 6, now it's 10.
Now it's 10.
Mhm. So that's something that I got out of that seminar. Also, waited on the other side of the environmental attorney from the league. He basically said you're better off planning well rather than resisting. I know people won't be happy with that, but that was his side. And he ultimately said that this will be decided by the DEP and not the local municipalities. And I have his presentation if you want to see it. It lists all the statutes, it lists all kinds of details. It was
Informative.
it was informative, that's a good word. And that's about all I can say about that.
One other thing, it said planning board work on the map. Bob, one of the things that was stated, and I guess that would come from our ordinance, is that there should be a review by the planning board, not approval. But word your ordinance, so there's a review. And the example was, there was a gas line coming to, I believe, Edison, and they were putting a booster station in, which happened to land in a residential area, and they just, through the review, they got noise abatement and whatnot. So, not approval, but just a review process.
They didn't stop it, they just.
No,
were
they're
able
not
to-
stopping it.
They're able to tweak it to the
Right,
benefit
so,
of
Right.
to the benefit
If
of
there's
the-
Right.
something that they're doing that would have an effect on residents or the township.
So let's make them do it the best way they can do it.
Exactly.
Exactly, so you can have a say in how it goes if you're, you know, kind of on top of things and, yeah,
Which is really similar to what you do with schools or other public buildings.
Exactly.
at the planning board.
Right.
right. So that's all I have. Next on the agenda is public comment. Anyone who wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized. Come to the microphone, provide your name and address for the record. Nothing? Okay. Can you come up? You have to come up. You have to, I'm sorry.
It's the rules.
It's the rules.
Louise Marquez, 16 Roland Road. I just want to know, when is the tree lighting? Is it this weekend?
Sunday.
Sunday night.
It is Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, great, because I haven't heard anything about it. It hasn't been publicized. At least I haven't heard anything. Good, get the word out. Thank you.
Okay.
It's on the same list with recycling.
Yeah,
That I didn't know
What time
about.
is that, Dave?
it's at 6 p.m. I have it.
Yes.
Great,
I
thank
do
you.
have my calendar. Okay. I believe we do have items for closed session.
So I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.